County Chamber of Commerce. And I got to tell you, I love seeing so many ambassadors on. Thank you all so much for all that you do for our chamber. And of course, our dear board member, Chris, on there. And I'm very, very excited to have Byrne hosting us today. They are definitely turning out to be a great insurance partner with us. And I have enjoyed getting to know them. Of course, known Mark for quite a while. He is a clown, love him. But thank you all for being a partner with us and for all that you're doing to try to help us to educate our members on the savings with the different insurance programs and trying to help us grow our chamber. We appreciate you. So I'll turn it, I'm not sure who's going to be speaking first. It looks like Mark is. So thank you all for hosting and thanks for all that you're doing for us.
Thanks, Anita. I appreciate it a lot. Hey, good morning, everybody. I have a lot of notes here, and Jim told me that I cannot do all of them, so I'm only do a couple of things. So I want to talk to you about me a little bit. I want to talk about my experience at Bullitt County Chamber and my teammates. You know, as since we're starting to do baseball, I'm a baseball coach. I'm the leadoff batter, so it's my job to get on base. And so my job has been with the chamber the last 6 years, on and off, different things, projects that Anita and her predecessors have given to me. And one of them that keeps resonating back to me is, why would I become a chamber member? And what we want to do to help you in particular this morning as chamber members, as chamber ambassadors, let me give you one more arrow for your quiver. Okay. It's a big arrow. Okay. And that is how to help mitigate the craziness that goes on in the insurance world. You know, as a full service agency, we see all types of different insurance companies and deal with hundreds of different company insurance plans, and how to make sure that we take that information and break it down so that you can see. And the cool part that we've done with Anthem and what Shauna, some of you guys were on when Shauna was here a couple of weeks ago, is, and we thank you, Shauna, for that, for those props. But what we do is we just do it a little bit different than everybody else. And everybody says that, and well, we actually do it. And the reason we do it differently is because we value those partnerships with our insurance carriers. We value them with our companies. We value them with our providers in the community. We value our BCC relationship. It's very, very important. Bullitt County Chamber, very, very important. So thanks, Anita, for that. I've been doing insurance for a little over 30 years. I like to say when my hair was dark, it's not quite as dark as it used to be, but I look forward to coming to your place either with a mask or without a mask, or with a Zoom or without a Zoom, to talk to you about the advantages that the chamber programs have in place for you. And if you choose us as your broker and agent of choice, then bravo, way to go. That's awesome. If you go to someone else, then bravo for that as well. But please, please take advantage of what the chamber has for you when it comes to insurance. Okay. So I got a couple other teammates here. I got Jim Gross, who's going to bat second. And then we're going to have John. He's going to bat third, and then we'll do Q&A. So thanks again for letting me lead off. I am on first base now. Who is on first? Mark Veman is on first. Okay. So Jim, there you go, buddy.
Thanks, Mark. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, what we're going to do today is just kind of get you guys started with an introduction to who we are. And then we want to dive a little bit into the plans that we think are going to be the most impactful for you guys. Let you know a little bit about who we are, what our processes are, what we feel like are separators for us in the industry, and what we feel like for us is the benchmark, how it should look, how it should feel, what you should be getting from your agent. So here's kind of our agenda, our topics for today. And you've obviously been introduced to Mark and John, as well as myself, and I'm sitting here with Ben Byrne, our company president. You'll get a chance to see our service team as well. We'll talk a little bit about our service model, our presence in Bullitt County, and then we'll dive into the Anthem Association plans, and then we'll turn it over to John for the Clearpath Business Insurance. And then, like Mark said, open it up for a little Q&A. Guys, if you guys have questions, feel free to jump in at any time. I know this is exhilarating stuff. Everybody loves talking insurance at 8:30 in the morning. Nothing gets your day going better. But we will, like I said, open any questions you guys have about us or about any of the products. Here's kind of our local big community, some of the local companies that we represent or partner with in some capacity. You know, everything from big to small, all shapes and sizes, all industries. There's nothing that we could say, oh, we do a great job for these guys, we do a great job for this industry. It's pretty much across the board. We'll find some kind of solution to take care of you guys. You'll see printing companies and heating and cooling companies to restaurants, to collision centers, you know, orthopedic shops and ophthalmologists alike. So it's about being creative in our approach, being proactive in our approach, and not having a cookie cutter design. Every company is different. Every company is going to be subjective, and we want to treat them that way. All right. So kind of give you an idea of that real quick. I'm losing my cursor on here. Here's our service team. These folks drive the bus for us. You know, there's no question. You know, most brokerage firms, you'll have one agent and one service rep. In our agency, it runs a little bit different. You'll have our entire team at your disposal at all times, regardless of the size of your group, whether you have 2 employees or 200. You'll have Samantha, Hope, Missy, Teresa, Chanel, myself, Ben, Mark, John as well on the commercial side. We want to make sure that you guys have 24/7 access to us. All right. Everybody's going to play their role independently with us, but you're going to have access to those folks. And when I talk a little bit about our processes as we go on, you'll get to see how important these folks are in action and what they're going to do for you on a day-to-day basis, on a minute-to-minute basis, on a quarterly basis, and on a yearly basis. We feel like the insurance should be a proactive activity, not wait and see, wait and hope. You know, we want to be out in front of things, especially for small business where the budget is the big ticket item. You know, if the budget's not in line for next year, then we're going to have issues from day one. So we're going to help you with those things from start to finish. And then I'm not going to make you stare at me and Mark very long. We'll get past that. Nobody needs to see that.
Agreed.
Mark and I'll
Jim.
be there for you guys. If it was just me up there, I would have left it up there.
Probably should.
I try not to scare folks with Mark. So
Don't laugh, Joy. Don't laugh, Joy, about that. Joy.
But you'll have Mark and I at your disposal, like I said, day or night. Me during the day, Mark at night. You know, if it's midnight, call Mark. If it's noon, call me. But I kind of wanted to just show you to touch on one of our a client, Dixie Industrial, who's been with us for a while. You know, it's always good to hear kind words from your clients, but this one stuck out for me specifically because it touches on about 6 people in our office. Shows you how inclusive we are with everything, you know, with Kathy and Jennifer, who are on our commercial sides in the second paragraph, to Missy, Chanel, Teresa in the first paragraph. You know, from top to bottom, these people are being serviced at a high level, and that's what we're looking for. You know, for every client, like we said, big or small, we want to make sure that you're taken care of, whether it's something as simple as getting insurance cards, which we know we just went through the first of the year. A lot of people had their open enrollment, and getting those insurance cards is such a big deal, especially if you have a carrier change. And then, you know, getting the proper things on the commercial side as well. You know, we want to have those things available whenever we can get those to you as quick as we can get them to you. Our local presence in Bullitt County, we've saved local businesses over $40,000 last year. And that's something we're super proud of. You know, we took a couple of groups, and guys, when I say $40,000, this is not over a 250-man group. Most of it was actually in a 27-man group. Okay, we were able to save them about $34,000 in one year. And this was a group that was completely happy with what they had. Right? They were completely satisfied. In the insurance world, you just don't know what you don't know. And we were able to come in there and kind of revamp the way they did things, use the Anthem chamber plan as well in that setting, as well as use some of our cost-saving measures and some of the things that we do. They're meticulous when it goes through the quoting process to make sure that you are getting the best value for your dollar. Because health insurance is the second biggest expenditure after payroll for most employers. So we want to make sure that your value in that is, it should take priority. We're obviously locally owned and operated. Our staff is available, phone, virtually, or face-to-face meetings. We're super flexible about that. I think everybody in 2020 and 2021 has increased their capabilities tenfold as far as technologically speaking. What can you expect from us? Now, this is where we get into kind of our separators. What can you expect from us? The quoting and renewal process. We get so much feedback when we take on a new client about the renewal process and the quoting process. A lot of our clients have had the issue where they didn't get their renewal till late, or they didn't get their, they didn't find out next year's rate until super late, and they felt stuck in making a decision or trapped in making a decision. We start your renewal 3 months in advance for a group. We're going to start the quoting process before we ever get the renewal in. So if the carrier happens to be a little late, we're not going to be stuck in a situation where we have to take what they give us, or we don't have other quotes ready to go. All right, so we're going to start gathering census data, evaluating the current group, and then when we talk about evaluating the current group, if there are changes that need to be made, we're going to analyze that data to determine how we can make you look the best to the carrier. For instance, you may have a high-risk employee who recently retired. We want to let the carrier know that. We want to find out if you have any 65 employees age 65 and older. We want to help move those folks and transition those folks to Medicare. All right, and that makes your group risk go down. We want to help them and help you guys at the same time. And that's what we talk about. Part of the full service touch is there's nothing that we can't do from a health insurance side. So if you have folks that need Medicaid services, Medicare services, individual, we can take care of that as well. Also, while facilitating the group insurance. So then we want to customize your insurance. Every group is going to be a little different. There are no two identical groups out there. Some places a high deductible may be the route. Some places it may be low deductible, and everywhere in between, HRA, HSA. We want to customize the look and feel that you guys need, whether it's, like I said, a collision center or a hospital or a gas station. We want it to fit what you guys need, because ultimately it's an employee benefit. It should benefit both the employee and the employer. So that's kind of a quick trip through our renewal process. And then we also issue a planning calendar to our groups. This is an integral part of not only helping you guys, but also helping us stay accountable to you guys. You'll get a detailed calendar for the group for the plan year. And we'll let you know exactly what to expect from us on every month or every quarter or every week, however you want us to design that. And you'll also have it so you'll know the expectations that we have of you, our client. So if we're going to need applications on August 1st, you'll know that. You'll have the calendar in front of you all year long. And we'll reach out and give you a gentle nudge every once in a while. But it also helps us with wellness engagements, right? So if you've got a wellness plan, we can help track that over the course of the year and help that affect your renewal as well. All right. So outside of the typical service issues of claims that we're obviously going to help with, let us do that work for you. Enrollment, education, obviously we want to do those things for you. But we also want to put things together like the planning calendar, like our renewal process, that we feel like is going to give you a more clear idea of what's going on. All right. If you're a January 1st renewal, then you should know, hey, September 1st, let's start taking a look at getting our census together. So we're not trying to cram it all in the holidays. We want to be proactive. So we save that holiday season. Or maybe it makes sense to move you off of January 1. Maybe you're a special group and you need a little bit more attention from the underwriters. Well, getting out of the January 1st renewal may make that a little more doable. So those are conversations that we're going to have, annually, quarterly, to make sure that you're fully engaged in the insurance process. What we don't want it to be is set it and forget it, right? What we don't want is surprises come renewal time. We're going to have a pretty good idea through claims data and through conversations what we're going to be looking at. And then, like I said, we're going to have proactively already quoted it before we get your renewal. So that's kind of an idea of a couple of separators for us. And then here's kind of a sample of the planning calendar. Like I said, it'll walk you through from beginning to end and everything in between, but this is kind of a sample of what the end of the year would look like. All right, so October 1st, we're collecting data for a January 1st renewal. And then it takes you all the way down to the bottom here with January 1st, where we've got the on-site biometrics that we're going to set up for you. Sign up and link device. So if you're on a wellness plan, we'll help link that to your smart device. And then you'll see what our expectations from the carriers are as you go through. We'll get your benefit booklets. You'll have a customized benefit booklet for every client. And then we'll set up open enrollment, whether it's one-on-one meetings, Zoom meetings, group meetings, whatever you're choosing to do, or if we're using an online enrollment system. And we'll talk about that. And then if we get everything done in a timely manner, the big thing is December 29th, where we can print off the temporary ID cards so no one goes into January 1 without an ID card. Because the one person in your group that doesn't have an ID card on January 1st is going to have to fill a prescription. It's clockwork. You can set your watch by it. So we want to make sure that everybody's taken care of before January 1. Make sure that everybody has a temporary ID card in their hand or the group number and member number. So that way they can have full usage of their health insurance. And then it's kind of our open enrollment strategies. We feel like these are separators as well. We create a customized benefit booklet and election forms that we talked about. We have access to customizing a benefit administration system, an online enrollment system. We can customize those for you as well. We have open enrollment videos that we send out prior, especially in this day and age where there's so many folks working virtually. Getting those videos out and letting them explore their benefits on their own empowers them to make their own decisions. And it also, from an HR standpoint, it's going to ease a lot of those maybe day-to-day questions you might get about, oh, what did I select, or what's our deductible, what's our network. Those are all going to be things that are going to be answered in the videos that we provide, and they'll have access to those 24/7, 365. And then our education process is mandatory part of the enrollment, and we let your business dictate that, whether it's going to be a one-on-one meeting, whether we're going to meet the entire staff to educate them. That's going to be dictated, by the company. Obviously, fast food restaurant may have a different enrollment strategy than a plumber, or an HVAC shop. So we'll let you guys determine that, and obviously we'll give you some feedback as to what's worked for us in the past. But we want you to be engaged in the entire process. We want you to have play an integral role in the process. It's not just here's the rates, make a decision. It's what's working, what's not working. If we're taking this deductible, does that make sense? Do we have folks in our shop that are actually hitting the deductible, or do we need to raise it and save a little money? We'll have those discussions because we want you to be fully embraced in the process. I feel like I'm just rambling. Does anybody have a question?
Yep. Jim, let me engage you with that situation. We want to have feedback. To do a partnership, it's not one person yakking. Okay, it's multiple people working towards that same particular goal. Once we define what that goal is, then we're able to take some sense of this situation that Jim has highlighted with strategies on how best to connect with your employees so that they can understand the money that you're spending for them is a huge benefit, and this is how they can access that. So that's just real important, that engagement, not only from you, but from your employees at every level. It's just very important. We take a lot of pride in it, and we do it every single day, and we like it.
Absolutely. And here you see a couple of extra things our team provides. Obviously, we want to provide an answer in 24 hours or less with customer service. Typically, it's around 20 minutes, though. That's everything from compliance to 1095s to fees to enrollments, terminations, additions, etc. We want to meet with new hires and educate each one of them when you have a new hire. And then, like I said, process terminations if that is the case. We want to do engagement reports and help track your wellness program as well. And then concierge opportunities and ability to access carriers to elevate questions. So we're going to have special access to carriers where we can get questions in a timely manner answered. And that's a big deal, because if you're sitting in a waiting room somewhere, or you're sitting, or you had a doctor's appointment and something's happened, carriers cross their wires, we want to be able to get you to that physician as quick as possible, or get that claim paid as quick as possible. Because insurance is we want that to be the last thing you worry about if you have an accident, injury, and illness. You know, we want to take care of that for you so you can focus on recovery. So that's kind of what you can expect. A few extra, like we said, separators. And then finally, we want to talk about Anthem and their presence right now in the chamber, with a multitude of options for groups of any size. The Anthem Chamber Plan, which if you were on the last call we were on with Shauna in January, she kind of rolled that out. It's a plan that we've written for over a year now, and it is incredibly impactful for small groups. It's a risk-rated plan. It's probably, well, not probably, it has been the most successful plan in that market in the last 18 months by a huge margin. It was their answer to Humana's association plan 2 years ago, and it is helping groups, you know, from our experience, find rates that we haven't seen in sometimes 6 to 10 years. It's a very easily quotable product too, that doesn't take a ton of paperwork. It doesn't take the process to quote the plan is very simplified. But it is allowing folks, like I said, like with the group we worked with in Hillview, when we came back with $34,000 less in premium, we were we were met with some resistance. It seemed unrealistic. But it's just how the plan is running right now for some groups. It's going to create that kind of solution for your group. And with small groups, well, any group, every dollar counts. You know, if we can save 1%, 10%, 7%, whatever that number is, you know, we want to help create a better value for your insurance dollar. And the chamber plan for groups over 2 lives right now has been a tremendous opportunity for us, and a tremendous opportunity for small businesses as well. On the other side of the coin, the Anthem Enhanced Plan is a relatively new, as of October 1, I think was the initial rollout. This is an individual market plan, but unlike what you might be familiar with right now with the exchange, this plan kind of harkens back to the pre-ACA plans where they can be risk rated. You can be denied coverage on the enhanced plan, but for the single shop owner or the small business owner of 2 or 3 folks that maybe doesn't want to go the group route, or maybe the group route doesn't make sense, or for a variety of reasons, you know, you might have 2 folks that are on spousal coverage, you know, you might have 2 guys that are on their wife's coverage, or vice versa, but you know, you might have only 1 person that needs insurance. This is a great opportunity to risk rate an individual instead of them just giving the high community rate that would be on the healthcare exchange. The quoting process is simple. It's all automated. We'll do it via email. You'll fill out an application. We usually have quotes back within a week, so you'll know right away. And with our agency, now while we do promote these 2 plans, if there's another plan that makes more sense, we're going to give you that option. Okay, so if the Anthem Chamber plan for some reason doesn't make sense for your group, but you fall into another bucket where maybe the Humana or somebody else, or especially with the Anthem Enhanced plan with the individual market, you know, if you don't qualify for that, but something else looks like a tremendous opportunity, we're going to give you that information as well. But these 2 plans is what we've found have been incredibly impactful.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, I just sent out a chat in the chat box. If everybody would look at the chat box, how many people currently on the phone have taken advantage of or looked at the chamber plan or plans, because there's quite a few of them through Anthem. And so if you would please respond, that'd be cool. And then Jenny just told me that of our over 450 members, 41 are currently taking advantage of the chamber plan. So huge opportunity for us at the chamber as ambassadors, as partners, all of us, which we all are partners with the chamber in this situation. Let's all help each other help each other with this situation. So just kind of giving you some stats there as I'm yakking on the other side while you're yakking. So just letting you know. Thank you.
So yeah, but that I mean, that is kind of it in the nutshell as far as the two plans that we have for the association. Are there any questions you guys have for us?
I got one, Jim. Talk to us about the husband and wife business owner. How does that play into this situation? The husband, wife, and an employee, who can qualify? Just give us kind of a couple of high level, 30,000 foot kind of things that could make us even more excited about this plan.
Absolutely, and that's going to be a situation where we will take a look at both. If it's a husband and wife, or like I said, a single ownership business, we're going to take a look at that from both sides of the coin. We want to look at that on a group as well as on the Anthem Enhanced Plan. So we want to give them the full picture of what's going to be available for them. But yeah, Anthem will definitely write a husband and wife group, so we want to take a look at that as well. Because there's a lot of folks in that situation that don't feel like they're going to be eligible for group coverage when they actually are. So we'll show them that from the group standpoint, and we'll show the perspective from the individual market as well.
Very good. Thanks, Jim. I know that's an important, when you got a lot of businesses that are small and they're a vital part of our industry, of our company, of our country, as our county. It's just very, very important that we all know that you don't have to be a UPS to be able to give great benefits to your employees. All due respect to the UPS, by the way.
Any other questions about the association plans? Okay, well, let's keep moving on. I'll turn it over to John. He's going to talk about the other chamber program, which is through Clearpath Mutual. This is a business insurance. I'm going to let John take over on that. And then, like I said, we'll open it up at the end. If you guys come up with any questions, let us know.
Thanks, Jim. And so, yeah, the Clearpath program has been in effect for a while now, and it's been available. But, one thing we want to do is do a better job of promoting it to the membership and drive membership as well, because it is a good program. And you can see on the slide, it's pretty cut and dry. It's a 10% discount. So if you have a $5,000 workers' comp premium, it's going to save you $500 off the top. So it can be pretty significant, especially for a larger business that has a larger premium, but for anybody as well. And it is specific to workers' compensation insurance. Clearpath is a workers' comp only insurance company. But even without the 10% discount, they're a very competitive carrier, and they have a broad appetite. So most businesses could probably fit with Clearpath. I won't say all, because there's definitely exceptions. They tend to, in our experience, be best with, the businesses that have four walls. So that would be, restaurants, manufacturing, wholesalers, auto repair. But then we also have success with them on contractors and, businesses like that. So, just looking at that first page, one really important point that I think could help drive membership is that current Clearpath customers, even though they're already with Clearpath, but then they decide to join the association, they're also eligible for that 10% discount at their next renewal. So that helps us when we're out meeting with prospective customers, and they may already be with Clearpath, but they're not a member of the chamber. But maybe that 10% discount more than pays for a chamber membership.
That's a great point, John. That's a great point.
Yeah, so that's something we're out talking about, when we're meeting with prospects and customers, and it can only be chamber. So the second page, you can kind of see some of their underwriting guidelines and that applies, just like it would to any business trying to get in with Clearpath. They're not usually going to take on a new venture. They like to see some positive experience, at least a couple years in business, couple years of good claims history. But, outside of that, like I said, they're pretty broad with their appetite. And for a larger big business, that 10% discount can be really significant. So we're excited about it. We like partnering with Clearpath. They've always been a good carrier for us. So we really want to push this chamber program. And you can see on that last slide, it's not just Bullitt County. They've partnered with a lot of the chambers. But obviously our focus is, we're really pushing the Bullitt County Chamber. I'm happy to answer any questions on that, but it's pretty cut and dry, but it's a really nice benefit for both members and non-members to become members. So we're excited about it.
Good, John. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody got any questions so far?
I do.
Jim, is our contact information on that next slide, or is that the last slide?
That was the last slide.
Okay.
Thank you very much, guys.
Dana has a question.
Yeah, on I guess one of the notations on there said it has to be at least $600 a year to get the discount. Is that correct?
That is correct. But honestly, I think Clearpath's minimum premium is right around that. It may be $500. So yeah, if you were a kind of an office type environment where your premium was a minimum premium with them, which is $500, then no, you wouldn't get the discount on top of that.
Okay.
Good question, Dana. Thank you, John. It's an opportunity. We've seen folks say, hey, because of those discounts, we want to go ahead and continue with our chamber membership. It's a good thing. So that's what we're all about. That's what ambassadors are all about. That's what board members are all about. We want to continue to create value for our membership. And Anita and Jenny and Sarah, welcome. Okay, to this opportunity for the Bullitt Chamber. It's just going to be fantastic. I mean, just think 3 years ago, we had just a little over 200 members. Now we got plus 450. I mean, bravo. Really, guys, you really have done a great job, and we're proud for you, and we're happy for you. We want to be a part of that, continue to be a part of that as well. So thank you, Anita and Jenny and Sarah.
Well, I don't have a question, but I do have just a testimony, I guess, because you all helped me. And I know when you were showing those slides about insurance renewals and everything, when it comes time for me to renew my insurance this year, my personal insurance was going to double. And I was a little freaked out about that. And you do get the whole team when you work with Byrne. I think I talked to everybody, and they literally worked out every option, every scenario, talked me through it, made sure I was comfortable. When it comes to insurance, that is not my thing. I just know I have to have it. I have to pay for it. And kudos to you all, because you all made me feel good about what I was doing and showed me every option. So thanks for that.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us. Thanks for the opportunity. And, we can't help everybody all the time, but we're gonna fight like crazy to give you options and let you make choices. And if we can help, again, elevate that education on insurance, and because it is one of those necessary evils, and it's just, you can have a partner on your side, someone that's an advocate for you, that it just makes that much easier and more comfortable. So thank you, Anita.
Yeah. Well, I think the personal touch was what the major thing for me, because in my past experience with health insurance, it was always a big group thing, and nobody asked those questions of me, like what my health needs were, what issues did I think I might be facing in the future. And you all did that for me. You personally got to know me to find out what my needs were. So you all should all give them a chance to quote your business. You might find lots of savings.
Maybe some savings. Oh, by the way, I wore my blue shirt for all my Kentucky brothers and sisters, you know, since there's a big game tonight, and hopefully Kentucky and Coach Cal, he'll help those young men get focused and win the ball game. And I just saw throw that little advertisement out there for my Kentucky brothers and sisters. If you're an Arkansas brother or sister, I'm for you as well. So I'm very Switzerland-like this morning, okay, even though I have a blue shirt on.
There's a game tonight.
Yeah.
Who plays?
Kentucky and Arkansas.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it could be a tough game. So there you go.
Okay, I'm gonna ask. I am so not a sports person.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later, Anita.
Is it football?
Basketball.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I'm not a sports person.
I try to keep her on track.
Jenny, help her
Oh,
out.
mercy.
Jenny, help her out. Jenny.
I mean, we just had the Super Bowl. I do know that.
You
So
did.
why? So that's football, right? Why are we now? We're playing basketball.
Yep. New day.
Okay.
Hey, Mark.
Hey.
I saw a question pop up. Somebody was asking if building insurance was also available. And so Clearpath specifically does not do building insurance. So that would be not part of that program. But we, as an agency, we definitely do building insurance, liability, auto, all of the above. And we do have some other carriers that give association discounts. It's not directly related like the work comp program, but we do have other carriers that offer discounts for chamber membership. So that's an option as well, and also an added benefit of being a chamber member.
Yeah, I see that now.
Great.
Thanks, John. So Dana, just give us a call and
I will.
we'll get everybody engaged on our team that needs to help you and see what we can do. And you just never know. So
Okay.
thank you.
And I'll just comment too, Mark. Out of those, I was looking at that list. You had asked that question about the chamber members that are taking advantage of the chamber plans.
Yep.
So that is 41 members just in the last year that have taken advantage. And
Awesome.
some have joined for the chamber plans just themselves. And then some are, members that have been members for years that are, finding out about these plans. So, and the word is spreading. So we're just trying to get this out there because I can tell you that looking at this list, we have just heard so many testimonials from members that will call back and talk. I mean, they are saving thousands and thousands of dollars. I know one on here said they have saved $16,000 in 1 year just on their insurance plans. So, I mean, the savings are just crazy, and, their chamber membership's $200. So it's like, they're like, it was a no brainer for us. So, and now they're very active in the chamber and it's, which is even another added benefit. So it's very great to hear that. So we're just really, really trying to get these benefits out there. And the process is very easy and to get these quotes and things. So if your business or a business, I know we have all you ambassadors that I love and Chris, the board member. So as you are talking to these members in your business, we definitely want to let these members know about these possible savings that are available.
Yep.
So
You can be very confident as an ambassador or a board member to beat on your chest and say, we have a true value add proposition through this Anthem Association. And no doubt about it, it's a really great thing. So thank you. Anyone else?
More questions?
Jenny, you're going to send out an email with everybody contact information there, and so everybody can kind of
Yes.
interface. Okay. Thank you so much.
yes, I will